Nick Verbey is my guest in this business talk. He's the founder of Peaky Blinders Barbershop, and while he's cutting my hair, he's telling us why he became an entrepreneur. Nick, ready for it?
Yes, let's do it.
Don't cut my cables. Well, Nick, thanks so much for, first of all, cutting my hairs and also for being our guest and telling us a little bit about
right.
you and your business.
Thank you for being here, and I'm very happy to do this talk.
Was it always, did you always wanted to become a barber, or?
First, I'm just gonna ask you, how do you want your haircut first?
Well, so Nick, you always wanted to become a barber since you were little.
No, that wasn't actually my dream, you know, I became a barber because I worked close to one of my cousins. He had a barbershop. And then as I was going to see him kind of every day because we were too close to each other, I became interested. In a way, the barbershop was, you know, the business and the customer, the atmosphere inside the shop and everything. And that made me become interested over time. And I decided to go to hairdressing or barbering school and become a barber.
And then you also decided to open up your own shop. What was the motivation for this?
Well, becoming interested in barbering, actually one of the reasons that I became interested was I knew that, you know, if I become good at it, I can have my own shop.
Yes.
So that was a road to have my own business in the future.
Right.
Which I was planning from the first when I started learning.
Oh yeah.
I always wanted to have my own business. Doesn't matter whatever I did because I tried many different things. As long as I have my own business, I was very happy.
How many years have you been doing it?
It's been 12 years now.
12 years?
Yeah.
12 years as an independent barber?
Yeah, in
or?
that 12 years, sometimes I've worked for some different people, especially when I came to Australia. For a couple of years, I worked in different suburbs and different barbershops. First, to see how the trend is in Australia. Second, to have enough money to start my own business.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I see you have a wonderful shop here in St Kilda. It's really well designed. Congratulations on this.
Thank you very much.
Was it your own inspiration on how to design this shop?
Yeah, actually, almost everything has been done by myself in here.
Yes?
Yeah.
So the whole decoration yourself?
Yeah, and of course my wife is an interior designer. A lot of help from her too, not just myself.
It's perfect, yeah. What makes the atmosphere of a barbershop so special?
For me, it was because, you know, you could talk to your customers like we are talking now. A lot of new ideas you could get from people. You could just, to me, working in a barbershop, if you get connected to your customers, you forget about times. You know, it's like 10 hours a day in a barbershop. But if you're a good customer, a good connection with your customers, that makes it so much, you don't feel like you're working.
So it's also some sort of a networking, I suppose. It's
Yeah. Well, if you have that kind of mindset, you can be connected to a lot of people that do different things. So, like regarding business connections, if that's what you mean, you can be connected to a lot of new people, and who knows, you know, in the future you might be able to do some business together.
Yeah, exactly. What are the services besides traditional haircuts? What are other services that you're offering?
Well, for a barbershop, I would say it's not too many variety services that we offer. It's basically haircuts and beard trim, shave for men. So that means like different haircuts and different beard style and hairstyle. So we obviously don't do coloring like pink and purple color.
I'm glad for this. Not today. So what makes Peaky Blinders so special as a barbershop?
Let me put it that way. But what I try to do in our service in here, I try to pay attention to details as much as I can, to be creative with the styles that I can at least suggest to my customers. Some of them like it, some of them don't. And at the end, just create a relaxed and nice atmosphere for my customers, so they're happy each time they come here.
We were talking about the networking that you do with customers in your shop.
Yeah.
You're doing also business-to-business networking?
No, I have always thought of that, but I haven't done anything like that. Like, I've been thinking about maybe sourcing some products from manufacturers and just distribute the product to barbers. But since this business is new already, and I need to focus on this first to get it to a stage that I can leave or be here less, so I can do other things. So I'm just for now, I think I'm trying to get as much of information I can about other businesses. But for now, I'll have to be here every day as much as I can.
Yeah, of course.
To focus on these to grow the business first and then go to the next one.
But I see that it's important for you to get knowledge from other businesses, inspiration from other businesses on how they run it, on how they are able to sustain and grow it. Is this correct?
Definitely. I'm very interested in that. Actually, I listen to like a lot of podcast businesses, a lot of business people, and as my customers, my clients, I talk to them. Yeah, whenever something catches my interest, I actually go after and research about it, try to find out about it, how businesses work and how they operate. As I said, who knows, in the future I might do something different.
Exactly, yeah, you never know. As an entrepreneur, you have to be like a sponge to soak up all the information, try a few different things from various sources just to see what works and what doesn't work. Exactly,
you're right. You have to be always open to information, because in this learning, business, it's not that easy, I would say, especially in these days, because a lot of things are changing very quickly. So barbering might seem very traditional. You don't need to have a lot of marketing skill to be a barber, but of course, if you want to do other things besides these, you have to have the knowledge to be updated. Because a lot of competition in all businesses, you have to compete with them, so you have to be prepared. Yes. When you go to a new business.
Are you working with complementors at the moment?
No, I'm not working with any of those at the moment.
At the moment, but you see also that there is a value for complementors that would add value to your products or services.
Yeah, definitely there is a possibility that we can work with some other complementors or businesses. Businesses that are specifically serving men, I think, can be combined with a barbershop, and I think that would be a good idea. Some people have already done it, like men clothing, fashion, that sort of things. Exactly. It depends. You need to have a bigger store, so you can have a part as a barbershop and the other part as a clothing stores. They can come get a haircut, buy clothes, fragrances, jewelries, watches for men. It can be a lot of different things can be done.
So you have been working for 12 years as a barber, and you opened up this shop. I think it's almost a year now, is it?
Yeah, 11 months exactly.
11 months.
Yeah.
So you collected quite some experience now. If you would talk to another entrepreneur in a different industry, but who serves the same market segment, also males, what would you recommend them? What are the challenges to open up a small shop?
Well, the biggest challenge in every business, I think, is making money. As long as you make money, everything else is not a challenge. Everything is going to go smoothly.
Yes.
And you won't feel uncomfortable because you're already paying the bills and the rents and expenses, everything. So I would say that's the biggest challenge for small businesses. And if anybody like me is comfortable with stress, I think that wouldn't be a problem. Like, first 2 years, I would say it's a little bit hard. If you don't have a lot of funds to support your other things, first 2 years it's a little bit hard till you get some to build your customer base, and after 2 years of course, it's going to be a little bit easier.
And what about highlights that you had over the last 11 months? What were highlights that you want to share?
What do you mean by highlights?
Highlights in terms of, oh, that was a great experience. I'm glad being an entrepreneur. I'm glad being a business owner. I'm glad working for myself. What was it that you were saying, oh, today? That was awesome.
Well, I think every day is awesome as long as I'm free to do whatever I want to do. For me, that's how it is. Well, it is stressful, it is hard, it is tough a lot of times. You work 7 days, every day you actually, whenever you're resting, you're on holiday, you're working, you're thinking how you can grow a business, so what you should do next, like, you have to be prepared for example, you need some more stuff, everything you have to think about it. So it means that while you have your own business, there is no time that you don't think about it.
Yeah.
So you're basically working 24/7. Well, maybe you're sleeping, you're not working. Only while you're sleeping, you're not working.
But I believe it's also passion that drives you, right?
Exactly. I think for me it's good. I love it. If I'm saying it's hard, but if it was too hard that I couldn't handle it, definitely I would have quit and go do something else. But I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. When it's all this hard work and stress, I love it because I feel like I'm building something, and it's rewarding. Of course, you're building something from scratch, and 2-3 years from the day you start, it's not going to be the same.
And you get customers that do actually appreciate the service and the quality that you provide.
Yeah.
That's the reward, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I believe with this reward, at the end, it will come naturally that you have an income. There is a revenue that you generate when you see the customers are happy and they are coming back.
Yeah, exactly. Well, first focus should be on customers, never on money, because if you focus on money, you're never going to get it.
Yeah.
So in every business, we focus on customer service and quality of the service we provide, or service or product, doesn't matter. And as long as people are happy with the service and product, they're going to come back and they're happy to pay too.
Is there anything you wanted to share with the audience?
The only thing that I want to share is a lot of times we think about a lot of new ideas and businesses that we want to do, and sometimes it takes years and we just keep thinking about it, but maybe sometimes we are scared of it and we think it's too hard to go into it. But I would say the hardest part is just starting it.
Yeah.
Because when you start, you are already in the middle of it, so there is no way going back. You got to go forward, and then that pays off at the end. Well, of course, at the end, you got to be a person that loves doing business. If you're okay being uncomfortable, you're okay being, like working 7 days, not having holidays for 2 years, be thinking about your business all the time. If that's who you are, definitely you got to start something, whatever that you love.
This looks amazing, Nick. Thank you so much.
Thank you as well. It was nice.
Nick is one of our members on Proactive Hub. If you're interested about Peaky Blinders or to hear more from Nick, go to Proactive Hub and get in touch with him. This was another business talk provided by Proactive Hub. My name is Silvano. Thank you for watching.